A recent Nanos poll reveals Canadians who live in the most southern provinces are more likely to have their car stolen. The poll, conducted by Nanos Research and retained by CTV News, shows people in Ontario and Quebec are more sensitive to potential auto theft when purchasing a vehicle compared to people from other regions. And CTV's Kamil Karamali joins me now for more on this. Hi, Kamil. So what did the survey find in regards to car thefts and consumers buying new cars?
Yeah, hi, Renee. So it's really telling a story that we could have probably all predicted, that this is becoming really front of mind for people who especially want to buy new or used vehicles, whether those types of vehicles, whether it's the make or model, is more susceptible or more targeted by car thefts and car thieves. And so the survey shows, if we can pull up the graphic board here, 4 in 10 Canadians say it is an important factor for them in purchasing a vehicle. 40% saying it is important they know whether a vehicle is more likely to be targeted by thieves when purchasing a vehicle. If we can show the poll results, it shows that 18% were neutral, while 34% said it wasn't a factor at all in their purchasing a vehicle. All of this according to a Nanos survey of more than 1,000 Canadians taken in late June or up to early July here. We know it's been a growing problem, with the federal government estimating that 90,000 vehicles are reported stolen every year in our country. It's been called a national crisis. You can see the polling results on the board here now. 40% saying it's an important factor, 18% saying they were neutral, and 34% saying it's not a factor at all to consider when they are purchasing a vehicle. But the Insurance Bureau of Canada says thefts have resulted in $1.2 billion worth of insurance claims as well, 3 times more, Renee, than what was paid out in 2018.
Did the survey find any regional differences, Kamil?
Yeah, so Ontario and Quebec really seeing consumers paying extra close attention to whether a type of vehicle they're interested in buying may be more susceptible to being targeted by car thieves. If we can pull up the map here, it shows both Ontario and Quebec. Roughly 45% of those surveyed in those 2 provinces say, if they know a type of vehicle is more likely to be targeted, then it would factor in their decision in purchasing a vehicle or not. Compare that to Atlantic Canada. On the right of the screen there, only about 27% said it was an important factor to consider. Prairies at 1/3 of those surveyed saying it was important. And BC, only about 32% saying that it is an important factor to consider before making a vehicle purchase. I did just talk to the head of Nanos polling, Nick Nanos, who said that this really highlights that this is Ontario and Quebec are ground zero when it comes to vehicles being targeted for thefts. And we've been seeing that in the past few years, especially Montreal being a port hub where a lot of these vehicles get shipped off to other countries and their license plates and their VIN numbers scrubbed as well. We also know in the past month, the Ontario government, they've been trying to combat this, recently introducing legislation that would suspend, Renee, a driver's license for people convicted of the crime of auto theft. So a growing problem, and you can see there in the polling results or the survey results, very front of mind for many who are considering buying a new vehicle.
Right. And maybe, the vehicle manufacturers will take this to heart and, try to find more and better ways to make vehicles harder to steal.
Absolutely. And that's one thing Nick Nanos also said is that manufacturers should be paying very close attention to these survey results, because it really is showing a snapshot of what consumers are thinking which could affect their sales as well. So a great point there, Renee.
It's the new reality. All right, CTV's Kamil Karamali, thanks for this,
You're
as
welcome.
always, Kamil.